Hello, this is Ryan at U.S.Toy. I do have our lecturer, Dan Fleshman, here. He gave a great lecture.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I guess let's get started asking you just a few questions. What was your influence in magic when you were growing up?
Oh, I had an Uncle Jack that I had been in magic for maybe a year or so, and my mom said that he was a pool hustler. And she didn't know that he did all this card stuff out of Erdnase. And so I saw him doing some card magic, and I was really never into it. So kind of in the card part, that was kind of one of my influences. And then when I worked at Magic Recipe Pizza, Bob Littell, I had never seen Invisible Deck. I had never seen the SpongeBob. I had a lot of what I saw him do was an eye-opener for me. And then, of course, when I started working for Gene DeVoe, Gene was a huge influence on my magic and my direction, what I took with it.
Excellent. You had mentioned earlier that you are been in around this for about 39 years. And how many venues do you think you? I mean, do you work mostly restaurants? Do you do trade shows? What do you?
I did trade shows for a little while. It's like now mentalism's the big thing. Everybody wants to get into mentalism. Everyone wants to do trade shows. It's like what's the flavor of the month type of thing.
Exactly.
And so everyone try to follow what everyone else is doing instead of doing what they feel comfortable with. So my specialty is close-up magic in the restaurant venue. That's what I'm comfortable with. That's what I do best. So, I've done trade shows, but I never did them like, the guys like Bud Dietrich, the guys that were doing, Eddie Tulloch, Paul Gertner, a lot of the guys that are known for and sorry guys if I forgot some of you out there, but there's a lot of great trade show workers. And that's what they do. They do trade shows. Mm-hmm. That's what they did best. That's what they did most of. So my choice now is restaurant work. That's what I specialize in. That's what I enjoy the most. It may not make me a ton of money like some of the guys make, but you know what? It's all good.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. If you had to give anybody advice as to how to get started in magic or what to learn first, what would you suggest?
Well, I would say get a college education first. And but that doesn't seem to be working out for a lot of kids now with a college education.
Exactly. Yeah.
But, the magic thing is, there's really no advice I can give. They have to go out and do it on their own. They have to go out and experience the real world and what it's like getting out there and trying to find work, trying to get work. There's a lot more work going into finding work than there is the tricks themselves. I don't think people realize that. I think a lot of these young kids think just because they do magic, they can go out and instantly become the star magician. But it's not that simple. The business end of it, there's a lot of guys out that are really good at securing a gig. They're good salesmen and they're good magicians. But, the real work is finding work. If you can't find work, you can do the best, pass in the world, but that's not going to get you a gig.
Exactly. Yeah.
So my advice would be just to go out and just try it and see if you like it. It's being at the right place at the right time too. That's how I got this gig. Thanks to Danny Archer was a big help in that. He helped me kind of procure that gig in Colorado, and so that being at the right place at the right time helped me in that instant.
Yep, definitely. Yeah. I guess you talked about being kind of old school with books and things. Books or DVDs? What would you suggest?
How's my hair look? Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I would say. Obviously the thing now is I don't think print's going to be around like it has been in the past. Everything's going more to the digital format.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like this is going to be. And so the digital format is a real good format because you can actually see the trick performed. Whereas in a book, obviously, you can't see it. You have to read the effect, the setup, which is great. I like books, personally. You can open it up. It's right there. You can stop. DVD, you can stop. You got to pause. You got to. They're both great. For a learning tool, I think the DVD is good because it is a visual learning tool. You can stop. You can slow motion it. You do what you need to do to see what's going on, and then learn the effect that way. I just like books. I'm from that generation. VHS. Thank God we have DVDs though. Man, come on, get to that part.
Exactly. And then you have to rewind it.
Oh, I missed it. You got to go back. But I have DVDs, VHS for sale if you'd like to buy some. I can't give them away.
Yeah, I know. So what's going on in the life of Dan Fleshman going forward? I mean, do you have plans for new work? Do you have plans for new DVDs coming out? Do you have just work out at the chop house?
I try not to have any plans anymore. Sometimes my plans got me in a lot of trouble. You know, the best laid plans sometimes aren't. And so, you know, I just live a day at a time, man. Tomorrow I'm going to get up and I'm going to drive to Colorado and hope for a safe trip to Colorado. And, you know, my plans are I'm going to start this cookie company. That's, a lot of people like the cookies that I bake. I've started a cookie company 2 years ago in Colorado, and that's really, I want to pursue that. It's called Danny's Cookies. Get one before they disappear. Those of you watching this who have had my cookies, thank you for the business in the past or patronage. I appreciate that. And so, you know, the magic's a big thing for me. I love magic. So the gig in Colorado, hopefully it snows this winter, will be a good one. And if not, take it from there, you know.
Exactly.
And I try not to get too far ahead. So.
Well, I do appreciate you coming in, lecturing for us, and thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.